Hello, and welcome to this quick and easy Zoho DIY session. I'm going to be showing you how to add leads collected in online spreadsheets to your Zoho CRM using Zoho Flow without any code. You do not need to be a programmer for this. I am not a programmer. I have very little experience building these kinds of flows, but it's super quick and super easy. So if you're using online spreadsheets anywhere in your lead collection process, this might be something for you. So let's start in Zoho CRM. So as you can see, I'm starting with a blank CRM. There's no data here. So I'm going to go to the leads module and I'm going to start importing leads. And import leads gives you two options in Zoho CRM itself. You can either upload a file in the supported formats straight from your computer. You just click the browse button. Or you could select an existing CRM and it'll give you a drop-down menu of pre-established connections so that if you want to sync or move your data, these are your standard options. There's no standard option for a Zoho Sheet, so I'm going to go and add Sheet. And first I need to have some data, so I'm going to create a spreadsheet and I'm going to give it a logical name so that I know what I'm looking for. So leads to import is my file, and by the power of editing, here is my data. Now I'm going to go and start building my flow in Zoho Flow. And I'm going to add the app first. And it's going to allow me to either create a folder or create a flow. I'm starting with a simple flow. I'm going to give my flow a name and fill in the basic settings. And I'm going to create an app connection. So my trigger is going to be the app Zoho Sheet. And the trigger I want is when a row is created or updated in Zoho Sheet, something needs to happen. I'm choosing the option row created or updated in my sheet. I'm setting up the connection here, just giving it again a logical name so that I know what I'm working with. And then the system is going to prompt me to authorize a connection between Zoho Sheet and Zoho Flow, and it tells me what the apps are going to be able to exchange. And I need to accept those conditions if I want to use the flow. Now, here I'm just checking that my spreadsheet settings are correct. I only have one sheet, so it's filling in the data from that one sheet, but you should check that it's selecting the correct spreadsheet or worksheet. Once you've done that, you can also add filter criteria. So you can set up conditional settings for your trigger. So for instance, if you wanted your trigger to only happen if your first name is not empty or the lead status is good or whatever, this is the kind of settings that you could add here. So here's my trigger. When a row is created or updated in my sheet, it's going to do something. And what I want it to do is add a lead in my Zoho CRM. So I'm going to add another app connection here, and I'm going to go to Zoho CRM, and I'm going to select create or update lead. And here, the system is going to prompt you to enter your variables from your sheet that you want in your CRM. So it's going to give you a list, and some of them may be required as per your CRM settings, like company name. You'll see on the right, I don't have an option in my sheet for company. So I'm going to hard code it in this case, but do as I'm writing here. You should put your lead's company name here, and you should make sure that your variables match 100%. Otherwise, you just go down the list, and if you see a match, you can add it by clicking on the variable name. You can add multiple by adding whatever symbol in between you want, so like a space or a plus or whatever. Just go down the list, match your variables. Here you'll see that there are some options that are given by CRM, so lead source, which I don't have in my sheet, you could add, or lead status. I have a matching field in my sheet, but in this case it's grabbing the lead status options from CRM. So if you wanted those to match, you should make sure that those are matching ahead of time in your sheet and in your CRM system. Now just finished going through the line, checking that you have all the variables you need, I'm gonna finish by adding my notes to the description field, and then I'm gonna hit done. And once I've finished building my flow, that's actually it. So now I have a trigger that says when a row is created or updated in Sheet, create or update a lead in CRM. I'm gonna switch it on, and I'm gonna run a quick test. And the test is telling me to add more dummy data to my sheet to make sure it works. So I'm gonna go back to my sheet, add a quick row. And of course, if you have this running live, you may not need to enter it manually. You will see if it works on the first given data input. Make sure here that your variables are matching the formatting that you need in CRM. Once your dummy data is entered, you go back to Flow, check that everything matches. It looks good here, you see my payload. And I'm gonna check the summary, which tells me 100% success. So I'm gonna go back to CRM, and I see that the flow worked. I now have my first lead in Zoho CRM, which is the lead that I entered in my sheet. And that's how you build this flow without code at all. Thank you for watching. See you next time.